Good morning. Happy Sunday. Hey, look, you're not in my living room. Because it's so nice out, I thought I'd come outside. So, as you jump on, I want you to give me a like, a heart emoji. Give me something. Tell me you're here. And I'm outside today. I hope you are too. It's not bad out here. Hi, Julie. Without a sweatshirt, and I'll warm you right up. So, what I need to know, Julie, can you hear me? I tested this yesterday and I'm pretty sure you can hear me. But I'm gonna set some tunes on. You're gonna grab and set tunes on for you, because if you can't hear mine, jam out doing whatever you want to whatever kind of tunes you want. Thanks, Julie. All right, we're gonna find a spot on our mat, you guys. I felt the need to come outside today. I spent all of yesterday outside. So, made Trent clear a spot for me. Okay, so grab a spot on your mat. And we're gonna start off like we do every single class. You can start seated, you can start in child's pose, you can start in Shavasana, laying all the way down. It's completely your choice. You might hear the birds, which is awesome. So I want you to just find a space where you can relax. So bringing the shoulders down from the ears, hands can be palms up or palms down, just depends on what feels good to you. And we're just gonna start off, before we even start breathing, we're gonna start off just rolling those shoulders up and back. And you might do one, and you might do the other, or you might do them at the same time. I sometimes like to bring my arms all the way up, and then bring those elbows towards my midline, and bring the arms up. And maybe a little stretch from side to side. Know that whatever your body needs is what I want you to do. So if you're like, ooh, that doesn't feel good, but this feels amazing, then that's where you should be. So whatever feels amazing for you. And roll them forward, roll them back. Whatever floats your boat, guys, and makes your body feel amazing. This sweatshirt's gonna come off real quick. All right, so bring it back to center. We're gonna go chin to chest with a nice tall posture. We're gonna take our right hand to the back of our head and gently just pull and find that nice little stretch. And then we're gonna bring our head all the way back, gaze up at the ceiling or gaze up at the sky. You can do this really awesome where you open your mouth, close your mouth, and it stretches all of those muscles in your neck. Bring it back to center. So we're gonna look at the right corner of our mat. I'm gonna go chin to chest with tall posture and gently just find a stretch in my left shoulder. Then bring it back to center, and we're gonna look at the left corner of our mat. Take my left hand to the back of my head, gently pull down, find that stretch in that right shoulder blade. And bring it all the way back up. Maybe go side to side. Maybe roll it all the way around. And then we're gonna bring it to here. So, bring your shoulders back and down. Find a nice comfortable seat where you're not slouched or rounded, or be in child's pose, whatever works best for you. And I just want you to close down your eyes. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Exhale out through your mouth, or exhale out through your nose. If you watched Chris's workshop yesterday, try to go in and out through your nose throughout the entire class, and try to bring that breath from your chest down into your belly. And just settle in and notice. Don't try to manipulate your breath right now. Just simply notice where your breath is. Is it choppy? Is it fast? Is it slow? Is it going down into your belly? It can be different for so many people, and it just depends how you wake up kind of feeling that day and what stresses you're hanging on to or not hanging on to. So just take these first few moments to just get in tune with your breath in your body and try to take a deep breath, inhale through your nose. and exhale out through your nose if you can. And notice how your chest fills up, how your breath fills up your lungs, and as you exhale, your shoulders will come down from your ears, your sit bones will press into the floor, the mat, the block, whatever you're sitting on. And I want you to find 5 really slow inhales and exhales. And that means I want your inhale to be about 4 or 5 counts, and then hold for just a second or 2 at the top. And then exhale and fully let all of that breath go. Let your belly get big and let yourself completely settle into your space. And then find 3 to 4 really slow inhales and exhales, just like holding at the 1-2 second at the top. And just notice how your body settles and your breath settles and you start to relax and kind of let go a little bit. Today is about just feeling good, stretching out, connecting our breath to our body, and getting ourselves super relaxed. Sunday's for reset day. So deep breath into your nose. Gather all those things that don't serve you anymore, whether it's stress, anxiety, work, all the things that are bogging you down. I just want you on your exhales to just let all of those things go. You don't have to worry about those, at least for a whole hour. And then find 3 more breaths. And on that 3rd breath, you're going to open your eyes. We are going to start with a little cat-cow. So I'm going to be right here, seated cat-cow. I'm going to press back and use my hands against my knees. And then I'm going to come forward and find a little extension in my cow. And I'm going to be really controlled about it. And I'm just going to find the edge of the stretch. And from here, I'm going to take my right hand to the side of my hip. I'm going to have a nice tall posture. I'm going to bring my left arm up as I bring it all the way over. Still keeping really good posture. Same thing, switch sides. Left hand to the side of my hip. Bring my right arm up and over as I press that right hip back to find a nice stretch, kind of like my low back hip flexor. And then switch sides. It is beautiful out here today, you guys. I hope you were all outside yesterday. I was outside, got a little sunburnt. Put my sunscreen on. Now from here, we're going to come up to tall kneeling. And what we're going to do from tall kneeling is I'm going to take, not fall over. I'm going to take one leg out to the side, and I'm going to be on the whole foot. So make sure you're not riding the inner arch of that foot, and be on the whole foot here with nice posture. So I'm going to find a nice little stretch here. I'm going to take my left hand up high, so it's a nice straight line, and then I'm gently going to come to the side and find a nice little stretch all on this left side. Now, being mindful of your low back, it's really easy just to press into that and stretch that and go too far. So just ease up if you need to and lengthen that arm up to the sky. And then come back up and then come back down. So connect your breath to this. So you might be like, ooh, that feels good. If it feels really good and you found a stretch, think about taking like 3-4 breaths really slow here and trying to find that nice stretch. And maybe reaching that arm to the sky and bringing it back. And then I'm going to switch sides. Ooh. So whole foot, not on the inner arch of the foot. I'm going to use my back toes to stabilize. I'm going to have nice tall posture. Left hand's going to come to my left leg. Right arm's going to come up high. And I'm just gently going to come over, being mindful of my body position. And even in moves like this is a great time to try what Chris was talking about yesterday, of breathing in and out through your nose the entire class. This is a great class to work on that. So I want us to come to tabletop. And we're gonna come here, and we're gonna do a little cat-cow here. So a little stretch. And just do what feels good to you. And then we're gonna thread the needle. I have a feeling if I keep doing this outside, I'm gonna have like neighbors back here doing yoga with me. Take your left hand to the outside of your mat. Make your hips between hip and shoulder. And then I'm gonna bring my hips over to the left. I'm gonna find that stretch in my inner right thigh. I'm gonna bring it over to the right. Bring that right arm up high. Keeping those ribs in and up. Exhale, bring that hand through. Back of hand, back of arm, back of shoulder. Find that nice little stretch. Bring it back up. If you hear airplanes, we will not hear as many as we used to. I am right over where they fly a lot of planes. And they're low enough sometimes that you can make out what plane it is. So bring the side of your head down. You're gonna place your hand down. If this feels good and this is where you wanna stay, you can stay here. If you wanna bring it up here, you can come here. If you feel really good and wanna externally rotate and bring palm up on your low back, bring that shoulder back and down, or reach for that quad of the right. Now this is a challenging one. Try to breathe in and out through your nose just for this one. Because you're in a twist. When you're ready, you're gonna release that. You're gonna bring it all the way back up. We're gonna cat-cow. I'm about ready to take a sweatshirt off. And then I'm gonna take my right hand to the outside of the mat. I'm gonna bring hips over to the right. Find that stretch in the inner left thigh. Hips over to the left. Stretch in the inner right thigh. Bring that arm up. Keep those ribs in. Exhale. Back of hand, back of arm, back of shoulder. In and up through that pose. 2 or 3 times before you place your hand down. Place your head down. If this arm wants to come up, it can. Externally rotate. Bring it behind you. Roll that shoulder. Reach for that quad if you can, and then simply breathe. Release that hand when you're ready. Bring it all the way back down. Come back to tabletop cat-cow. And then guys, we're gonna curl our toes. We're gonna bring those hips up and back. We're gonna find our first down dog. We're gonna walk it out. Check in, see how those hamstrings feel. See how those hips feel. Then bend your knees, look at your hands. Step, hop, jump, float. Fingertips to shins. We're gonna lengthen up. So find that straight leg deadlift. Feel that stretch in those hamstrings. Exhale and fold and just check in. See where you're at. Bend a leg, straighten a leg. Even if you can touch the floor, you guys, I want you to just check in. Because I can touch the floor, but my hamstring's just a little tight. Then bend your knees, ground into the floor. Roll all the way up to standing, gentle little squeeze. Go where you want to go, whether that's side to side or rolling all the way around. Or maybe a little mini back bend. How are we today, friends? I'm getting warm. Okay, so I'm gonna swipe you guys to the side after I wave to all of you because that's such a fun feature. Okay. Now I'm warm. Now I don't need a sweatshirt. Okay, so come to the top of your mat. I'm gonna go like this, so this is gonna keep falling. Okay. Top of your mat. Tell me how you feel. Bring the arms up. Reach up. Grab your right wrist with your left hand. Find tall spine. And then we're gently going to come, and I'm going to go wider with my feet. So between hip and shoulder, I'm going to find length up, and then I'm going to come over. Bring it back to center. Same arm, lift up. So you can even use your hand to lengthen that arm up and gently come over, bring your arms by your ears. If you can't quite get them and they're there, you should be doing some mobility ball work. Now we're going to come back to center. I'm going to take my opposite hand, take my right hand to my left wrist, lengthen up, still finding tall spine. Exhale, come to the side. So I'm still keeping good body position as I'm lengthening up and over. Come back to center. Exhale, we're going to fold it all the way down. Fingertips to shins, guys, lengthen up. So find those shoulders back and down, ribs in and up, stretches in the hamstrings. Then you're going to plant your hands down. We're going to step back, hop back, jump back, whatever works. High to low. This is where we want to either go Sphinx pose, baby cobra, but make sure you don't lead with your back and lead with your ribs coming in and up, and find length and extension. Then curl your toes, bring those hips up and back, find your down dog, walk it out. I might do a little lever and come forward into a plank a little bit and then press back through my palms and find that nice stretch. Now I'm going to curl my toes. Oh, actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to bring my right foot into bear crawl. So I'm going to bring my right leg underneath me. And then I'm going to lengthen that right leg high to the sky. See where my hips are at. See if they're opening or if I can bring them down to my mat. If I need to step my hands back, I can. And then I'm going to bring that right knee to my chest, but I'm not going to put it to the floor, keeping my ribs in and up, and then I'm going to lengthen. One more time, we're going to bring that right knee in between our hands, keep our ribs in and up, lengthen back again, and lengthen that leg straight. Now set down your right leg, walk it out. Same thing on this side, but I'm going to show you from this way. So I'm going to come forward and bring my left knee into my chest. And then I'm going to lengthen back and watch where my hips are at. Are they here or are they here? Then I'm going to bring that knee forward again. Exhale, bring it up. Square those hips. Bring it forward. Bring it back up. Then bring it all the way down, walk it out. Now we're gonna go right foot to our hands, however you need to get it there. So I'm gonna come forward into bear crawl. I'm gonna lengthen my arms back, lengthen my leg back. I'm gonna come up on the tippy toe of my left, bring my right knee in and up to my chest, to my hands. So we found this. And now I'm gonna shimmy back that foot and drop that back knee. So if I need a block, I got a block. If not, I wanna find that nice tall lunge where I find that position and I'm not overextended here, right? Find length up, have a very small angle with your front shin, and then as I press into that left hip, I line up my right knee and my right heel. Now, I might use my left hand to gently press and find that stretch. Keeping my shoulders back, keeping my position nice and tall. Use a block if you need. I'm going to take 1 or 2 breaths here, and then I'm going to exhale and bring it back, keeping my heel planted, finding the stretch in my hamstring. In and out through your nose. If you need to go in and out through your mouth, you certainly can. And then I'm going to bring it back forward. So I'm holding about 3 breaths and setting myself up. So I'm not just coming here and pushing. I'm coming here, not quite in my stretch, lengthening up as I get into this. So think like we would do a Samson stretch, but what we're doing is a lunge, but then I'm using almost like we would in a kettlebell in class to press forward to find that deeper stretch in that hip. Exhale, bring it back. So think about taking 3 breaths in each time you're in this position. And then we're going to bring it back. We're just going to bring that leg behind us. We're going to hip circle. And then we're going to find a down dog. Then we're gonna do the same thing with the other side. So I'm gonna walk it out, see how I feel, start opening those hips up. My right is a lot more open right now than my left. So, however you wanna get there, I'm gonna bring my left leg underneath me. Lengthen my left leg high to the sky. Come up on the tippy toe of my right, bring my left knee in and up to my chest, to my hands. So I find this. I shimmy back that foot, I drop that knee down. So I set myself up and find length here, and then use this to press forward. Think about taking 3 breaths here. Try to keep them slow and not fast. And then exhale, bring it back here. Finding a nice line, because as you find a nice line here, you get a deep stretch in that hamstring. Set yourself up each time you move. Think about lifting and lengthening your body versus just being here. Bring it up. I'm even on fingertips. Bring it back forward. Set yourself up. Press forward. One more if it feels good to you. Then we're just going to bring that leg back. We're going to hip circle it. We're going to curl our toes, bring those hips up and back. Walk it up. Then bend your knees, step, hop, jump, float, shakti kick. Whatever feels good to you. Fingertips to shins, lengthen up. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, ground into the floor, roll yourself all the way to standing. Go where you want to go. How are we feeling, guys? Hopefully good. Okay. Actually, I don't need my hair. All right, so let's go down and do some more hips, just because I know we need to. And then exhale, fold it all the way down. Fingertips to shins, lengthen up. So bring those shoulders back and down, ribs standing up, stretches in those hamstrings. Plant your hands down, step back, hop, jump, float, high to low. Whatever feels good to you. Open up those shoulders, you guys. We're all like this right now. Open them up. Maybe gently move from side to side. I like to do that, little sways. Then press it back up into a down dog. Now you're gonna get right foot to your hands, however you need to do that. And once we get that right foot to our hands, we're gonna bring down that back knee. But we don't wanna be a box, we wanna be a rectangle, right? Bring this foot over. Find that position. If you need to make this, shimmy those toes back, you certainly can. And we're gonna find here. Why? Because I'm gonna keep making you guys do this. You guys are gonna be so flexible by the time you come back to class, come back to the gym. So think about not doing this yet. Come here. Deep breath in. Exhale through your nose. Do not push out the right knee or foot just to get the right elbow to the floor. Think about connecting your breath to your movement. If you get into a really good position and it feels good and you want to stay there and breathe, you can certainly stay there and breathe. Once you get that elbow to the floor or where you deem is going to be the best place possible, then if you want, you can either stay there or walk that foot in about half a step and then ride the outer arch of that right foot and open up that hip. So for me, this is a really good one. I like to find length down the whole left side of my body, press into my hand, and I bring my right hand to my hip. Be very mindful of this. Find length and point that left toe back. Find length up through your torso as you gently twist. You can even bring the arm up if you want. Or you can bind it behind you and reach for the mat. Right hand on the left side. Or you can simply be here. Just breathing. Now bring it back up. Bring your foot back in, hinge it back with that left hip. Keep your right heel where it's at and find that stretch in that hamstring again. Maybe point your toe, flex your toe. Point your toe, flex your toe. And then I'm gonna bring that leg behind me. I'm gonna curl my toes, bring my hips up and back and find my down dog. Now from here, I'm gonna get my left foot to my hands, however I wanna do that. When I get here, I wanna train track my feet. I'm gonna shimmy back my back right toes, lower down my knee for a minute and walk my foot to the left outside edge of my mat. And then I'm gonna not ride that arch and I'm gonna keep my knee where it's at. I'm gonna come up on my right toes and really situate and find a deep stretch and a nice line throughout my body. I'm then gonna bring my knee down on my back right foot. 90 with the elbow. Deep breath in through your nose. Exhale through your nose. Do not push out the left knee just to get the left elbow to the floor. Find length through your body as you find your way down there without compensating and pushing out. Once you feel like you're in a good position, it's my more open side, I'm gonna walk my foot in once, about half a step, and then I'm gonna ride the outer arch of that foot and open up that hip. So from here, you can always put a block right here. It helps so that you don't overextend your low back. So if you need a block on the quad of your right, you certainly can. Otherwise, you're wanting to find length, pressing through this hand and lifting up as I gently twist if it feels good to me. So maybe I want to be here. Maybe I want to be here. Maybe I want to be trying to reach the other side and opening up. And then when I'm ready, I'm going to bring it back down, or maybe I come here for a minute. Maybe I do a little sway with my hips. And then when I'm ready, I'm going to ease it back up. I'm going to ease back that right hip. Find the stretch in my left hamstring. Same thing. I'm going to flex my toe, point my toe, flex my toe, point my toe. It is so nice out here, you guys. I really hope you're outside. If you're not, you totally should be, because it's beautiful out here. And then I'm going to bring that leg behind me as I karate chop my block. I'm going to cat-cow once or twice. Curl my toes, hips up and back, find my down dog. Notice how I lengthen through my arms and press my hips towards the back of wherever I'm at. Now we're going to bend our knees. We're going to step, hop, jump, float, shakti kick, whatever you want to do. I'm feeling the shakti kicks today. Fingertips to shins, lengthen up. Find a stretch or find a line from the crown of your head all the way down your spine. Nice straight line. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees. Ground into the floor, bend your knees, roll yourself all the way up to standing. Gentle little squeeze, go where you want to go. I hope we're feeling good. All right, 9:30, sweet. Tell me how you're feeling. If your hips feel good, hit a heart, hit a like. Tell me how you feel. Maybe I can get like my neighbors to socially distance back there and I'll have like a yoga class. Maybe I'll try. All right, bring those arms all the way up. Let's interlace our hands, just like this. And what we're gonna do is bring them above our head. Little bent arm first. Think about squeezing, keeping a nice line, lengthening up. Now from here, I'm gonna go just a little length to the side. I'm not cranking myself all the way to the side. I'm just trying to find that stretch. Bring it back to center. Over here. Back to center. Each side. Now let's release our hands. I'm gonna be about hip width, between hip and shoulder, somewhere right there. I'm gonna interlace my hands back here like we've done before. Bent first. They're interlaced, but then I'm gonna press them together. So they're here. About hip width, I'm gonna lengthen those arms back. Bringing those shoulders back and down, so don't have them rounded here. Back and down. From here, we're just gonna bend down, press that hip back, and try to bring those arms up overhead as you drop your head down. Now, do not just come up out of this pose. I have a bent knee. I am going to come up just about a little bit, bend my elbows, bring my hands to my low back. Stand all the way up. Now release my hands. So I'm not taking that all into my low back. All right, guys, top of your mat. Arms up. Exhale, fold it. Keep bending if you need. If not, if you can grab the back of your calves, awesome. Fingertips to shins, lengthen it up. Plant your hands down, step back, hop back, jump back, whatever works. High to low. Then press it up to down dog, walk it out. Now from here, you guys, I want you to press into your hands, press into the palm of your hands, get into a really good down dog. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna make sure your ribs standing up. I'm gonna take my right leg behind my left ankle. And I might come forward a little bit, but being mindful about keeping my ribs in, I'm gonna lengthen up and see if I can find that stretch. Deep, deep stretch in that left calf. Then I'm gonna bring it back forward. I'm gonna release my leg. I might walk it out in down dog. I'm gonna do the same thing with my left leg. I'm gonna take my left leg behind my right ankle. I might come forward a little bit and then press back, keeping my ribs in and up, isolating that stretch in that right calf. Nice, release the leg, walk it out. Bend your knees, gaze goes forward, step, hop, jump, float. Fingertips to shins, lengthen up. Exhale, fold. Hopefully we're getting lower to the floor. Ground your knee, or bend your knees, ground into the floor, roll all the way up to standing. Nice, guys. Okay, so we're gonna come about hip width like we would for a ninja lunge, right? Just gonna come sideways so you can see me sideways. I don't want you pressing your knee forward. I want you pressing the hip back, right? So no knee forward, hip back. I'm gonna go as wide as I can, and what I'm gonna do is keep a nice tall torso, and I'm just gonna come to the side, and I'm gonna come to the side. So I'm not trying to have my knee go over my toes. I'm trying to keep my ribs in and find the stretch in the inner right thigh. So what you shouldn't look like is this, right? You should look like pushing that hip back, almost like you're doing a lateral lunge at the gym. If you need your arms to come out in front of you to help keep you upright, you certainly can. So we're gonna go side to side, and then you're gonna go wide. If you need a little bend in the knee, you can. I'm gonna go little bend, and then I'm gonna straighten them as I get down here. And I'm just gonna walk from my right side, finding that stretch in the hamstring, walking it back to center, maybe taking a second in the center, and then I'm gonna walk it to my left side. I'm pressing my hip back, and I'm finding that stretch in those hammies. And I'm just walking side to side and keeping my breathing nice and controlled. Now we're gonna bring it back to center. We're gonna bend our knees, hands to your quads if you want, stand all the way up. Big old star pose. Maybe reaching from side to side. Welcome to my yard in my neighborhood. And then I'm gonna heel toe my feet back underneath me. And we're gonna do a couple, well, actually, we're gonna do it like this. So, you don't even need a block for this, but if you do, and you want one, or if you can't quite get to the floor, I can show you a way to do this. So we're gonna do like a sit to stand, okay? So if I'm here, I'm nice and tall. Bring my arms down. Notice I'm not like this, right? I want shoulders back and down, my nice tall position. I like to put my hand under my feet and really find a little cat-cow if I can, because you can keep your hands there and press those feet out and find this. Or, here's the cool thing, if you got a block or anything that you can reach to, I know you can figure out something. I might take half a step out with my feet, and then I'm gonna press into that block. You can do cat-cows here, and then I'm gonna press my hip backs like I'm sitting into a chair. And if I can find a yogi squat, awesome, where I'm taking my elbows against the inner part of my knee, but I'm not riding the outer arch of my foot, and I'm finding a stretch. If you can't reach that and you have a block, this is the awesome thing. You can sit on a block, keeping your torso tall, opening those hips, come back forward, and come here. So a little cat-cow, a little cat-cow to a squat, yogi squat. Open up your chest, open up those hips, be nice and tall. Back here. Just like a sit to stand, guys, but use those elbows against those knees. Sit your butt back, keep yourself tall. One more. Open up. Bring it back up to center, or walk your feet back underneath you. Fold all the way down. If you can grab the back of your calves, awesome. Bend your knees, ground into the floor, roll yourself up to standing. Go where you want to go. And then we're going to exhale, we're going to fold it down. Fingertips to shins, guys, lengthen up. Plant your hands, step back, hop back, jump back. High to low. Do what feels good. Curl your toes, bring your hips up and back. Now bend your knees, gaze goes forward, step, hop, jump, float. Shakti kick if you want. Fingertips to shins, lengthen up. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, ground into the floor, roll all the way to standing, and bring it anywhere you want to go. What time is it? Ooh, 9:37. Okay, I think we should do a couple balance poses. How are we feeling? How are we doing? Let me know how those hips are, how those shoulders are, if we need anything in particular before we move on to some stuff. Okay, so I think I want to do, well, we are outside, and I think we did tree last week. Let's do a balance pose. But let's do, what do I want to do? If you have an idea of what we want to do, maybe we'll do tree pose, and then I have another one that I want to do too. Let's start with tree pose, and we'll go from there. So tree pose, you want to think about grounding into your big toe, pinky toe, center of your heel, being nice and tall. Finding this first and flexing your toe. So don't do this. If you have your foot pointed to the floor, it doesn't get into the glute as much. So think about flexing that right toe back towards you, keeping a nice tall spine, locking out this leg, thinking about big toe, pinky toe, center of your heel. Now, I'm going to take my right hand to my right ankle. If I can keep good position and not be on my knee, I'm going to press my sole of my right foot into my left inner thigh. I find nice extension. Think about looking at something that's not moving. So I'm staring at my shed because it's not moving. I'm going to bring my hands here. I'm going to really ground into my foot. This is a lot easier if I'm not on carpet. So you're going to find this big toe, big toe, big toe. Bring the arms up if you want. Wherever you want to be with your tree. The goal is to try to get yourself back to the same position without just falling. And trees move. So I'm going to grab my leg, because my left glute is like, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Whoo, good morning, you guys. I hope you're outside, because seriously, I had a sweatshirt on, now I'm all super warm now. All right, we're going to go the other leg. So I'm going to ground in to my big toe, pinky toe, center of my heel. I'm not going to be kicked back. I'm going to think about squeezing that glute. Nice, tall extension. This left leg comes up. I go ahead and I don't point my toes to the ground. I flex my toes up towards me because then I feel that glute activate. Once I have a good position, I'm gonna grab my left ankle. Remember, you can stay below the knee, above the knee, or you can kickstand it all the way at the bottom. I'm gonna think about pressing my left foot into my right inner thigh and squeezing that glute, opening that hip up to the left, keeping myself nice and tall, thinking about big toe, pinky toe, center of my heel, grounding into that, lifting up. Arms can come wherever they want. Stare at something that is not moving. And think about squeezing that right glute and keeping position. Hold for as long as you can. Nice, guys. Arms can go wherever you want them to. When you're ready, you release. Ooh, my balance has gotten better since I have to practice it usually on carpet. Woohoo! Okay, we're gonna do another balance pose. We're gonna do dancer. Actually, I think we're doing 3 balance poses today. Look at me today. But my hips feel good. So if your hips feel good and you're like, woohoo, let's move on. So we are gonna do dancer. And then I got one more for you. So dancer, if you need to hold on to something, I don't know if you can see this. So I have flowers go on it. So if you need to hold on to something, you totally can. Where we come here, right? And you can hold on to it. If you want to do it purely for balance, awesome. Let's do it just for balance. So I'm going to balance on my left foot first. So big toe, pinky toe, center of my heel. Same thing here, but I'm going to take my hand, my thumb. I like my thumb and my inner to be on my sole of my foot, and my fingers are on the other side. Some of us just go completely whole hand or on the outside, which I can do that too. So you want to think about nice tall spine here. Left arm comes up. As I come forward, my back leg comes up and I become a bow and arrow. Trying to lock out that left leg if I can. If I need to come back down, I come back down without crashing and burning. And I'm going to try that a couple times. If I need to reach for something or a chair, you can do that too. Just find that dancer pose, shake it out. I'm hitting you guys with a balance today. But it's good stuff, and then we'll totally have time for pigeon. So try that balancing on that left, and then we're going to switch it to balancing on the right. So I'm going to ground into that big toe, pinky toe, center of my heel. Find nice tall extension, and find this balance first. So I'm not going to rush into my pose. I first want to find this balance and find length before I go. So once I'm here, then I'm going to bring my hand down as I kick my leg back and become a bow and arrow. Breathing. Gaze is on something that's not moving. Bring it back whenever you need to. Shake it out. We're going to do that side one more time. Whew. Good stuff, you guys. And we're outside. It's not cold. I'm so happy. And I got a little sunburnt yesterday. So we're going to do that side one more time. Once you shake it out, we're going to ground into that right foot. Big toe, pinky toe, center your heel. Find that. Find this position. Think about squeezing those glutes. I have this left quad. It's just activated as soon as I squeeze that glute. And then I'm going to come forward. And I'm going to use resistance against my hand and my foot. I'm going to keep my ribs in. I'm going to try not to lose my balance. Nice job, you guys. Whew. Okay. Actually, because I think I have enough time for both of these. I do. Okay. Let's do this. And if you need something to hold on to, totally use something to hold on to. And we're going to find a standing pigeon. Yes, we'll do a pigeon on the ground too. But I'm going to think about finding my balance again, because we're working a little balance today. All poses we've done. I'm going to bring up my right ankle above my left knee. So I might stay right here. I might bring my hands here. I might be using my hand to open my knee a little bit. Usually if I'm doing this, I'm thinking about holding on to something. Now, I might bring my hands behind me, lengthen and extend, and really ground into your foot. Ground into that big toe. And when you're ready to come up, you come up, shake it out. We're gonna do the other side. Woo, so much fun and balance today. My hips feel good now. All right, we're gonna ground in to that right foot. I'm gonna bring up my left. I'm gonna put my ankle on top of my knee. I'm gonna first find this stretch and see how it feels. Might be different on each side. Keeping my ribs in, grounding into my big toe. I'm gonna bring my hands behind me if it feels good. I'm gonna lengthen back as I keep my ribs in and up. And I'm gonna breathe. Nice. Release whenever you're ready. Shake it out. Okay, we are doing one more balance pose. But it's a balance pose on the ground. We're gonna do side planks. But I wanna point something out with side planks. And that's what's really awesome about having this right here. We are gonna do a straight arm side plank. But I'm gonna show you guys what I see all the time. And you don't really realize that you're doing it until I point it out to you. So I'm gonna make sure, first of all, if I'm on my side, that my arm isn't way far forward. So I don't want it way far forward. I wanna think about stacking my wrist, my elbow, my shoulder, okay? So I'm gonna stack that position, but I wanna show you, and I'll show you modifications, but this is what I see all the time. When we come here, I see this. See how I'm rounded? And that doesn't look like a great plank, right? So how do we fix that? We can fix it. It's awesome. So I'm gonna make sure that I'm stacked, number one. And when I come up, I'm gonna think about squeezing my butt. And then I'm gonna think about bringing my head back in line with my spine. And then bringing my arm up. So that should look like I'm a complete straight line. And that's the goal. Now, if you need modifications, you can be a knee down with a straight arm. And you can be here, you can be here. Whatever works for you, okay? You don't have to be stacked. Now, I'm gonna be stacked because I wanna raise my other leg. So I also have my fingers pointing towards you guys because that's what works best. It's just kind of finding your most comfortable position for you and your wrist. It's everybody's a little different. So I'm gonna find this. Actually, I gotta switch my hand. I'm gonna bring my head back. I'm gonna try to raise the leg. Maybe I bring that knee in and extend. Woo. And I'm gonna bring it back down. Woo, might have to stretch all the way out after that one. We haven't done side planks in a while. And then we're gonna switch sides. So, I'm gonna place my hand where I just wanna have it stacked. Wherever your hand, as far as if it goes, fingertips go forward to the side, is kind of more of a comfort level. And so what I'm gonna do here is just line myself up to start, see how this feels, and find good position for my arm and shoulder. If you need to go forearm, you can. My head is coming forward, so I wanna think about bringing my head back and bringing my arm up. So I could be knee down, I could be not stacked on my feet and be more here. And think about, is my head coming forward? Bring my head back, look forward. Raise the leg if you can. And then if you want, you can turn back and find a down dog after you found that side plank. Now bring your knees down to your mat, bring them as wide as you want, big toes to touch. And then you're gonna slide back and find a child's pose. Walk your hands wherever you need them, bring your head down to your mat. I just simply want you to breathe. So deep breath into your nose, exhale out to your mouth. Now take one more deep breath in. On your exhale, you're gonna come up to tabletop. Bring those knees back underneath you. Curl your toes, bring your hips up and back. Find a down dog. Bend your knees, gaze goes forward, step, hop, jump, float, Shakti kick. Whatever feels good to you today. Fingertips to shins, lengthen up. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, ground into the floor, roll yourself all the way to standing. Side to side, go where you want. Tell me how amazing you feel. Ooh, we can still get another stretch in. I hope you feel awesome right now. So come to the top of your mat. We're gonna find a pigeon. And then maybe we'll find another stretch. If you have a band, or even if you have your sweatshirt, you can use that. So first we're gonna start, exhale, fold all the way down. Fingertips to shins, lengthen up, shoulders back and down, ribs in and up. Plant your hands, step back, hop back, jump back. High to low. Open the shoulders up. Take a deep breath in. Then curl your toes, bring your hips up and back, find your down dog. Now we're gonna come into a pigeon. If you can't be on the pigeon in our normal way and you wanna just go to your back, that's totally fine. But what I'm gonna do is bring my right knee towards my fingers, in between my fingers. I'm gonna lengthen my arms back, lengthen my leg back. One more time, I'm gonna bring my right knee to my right elbow, lengthen it back. And then bring my right knee towards my right wrist, slide back my left leg, and find a pigeon, waving to walking neighbors. Telling you, I'm gonna have a yoga class back here, socially distanced. And then I want you to exhale, fold all the way down. So find a nice stretch, or maybe you wanna come side to side. It just really depends what works for you guys. I want you to just think about really finding that stretch in that right hip. My hips are way better than I thought they were today. So deep breath into your nose. And Julie, I have perfect timing. I don't know if you can hear it, but your song's on. If you guys want to follow along with my Spotify list that I'm listening to when doing yoga, they are public on my Spotify. You can also probably link them in here in the comments. So deep breath in through your nose. Exhale out to your mouth. You can be wherever you want to be, in and out through your nose or your mouth. If you can go in and out through your nose right now, I'd really like to see how you can do that. Some poses I was able to, and some poses I was like, whoo. I want you to find 3 more slow, deep breaths. Now on that third, you're going to start to rise up. This is completely optional. If you want to switch sides right now, you can simply just switch sides right now. If Julie's on here, because I know she is, and she wants to grab that back leg, or anybody else that wants to, because I know y'all like to do that. Fingertips to my right, inside my right knee. I'm gonna go fingertips, hip, and back leg all at the same time. So I'm lengthening up and finding a tall spine. I'm gonna reach back, maybe grab here, maybe touch my heel, maybe pull my ankle in towards me, and then lengthen. Pointing that left toe, finding shoulders back, and finding this position. Now bring it back down, find a down dog, switching sides. So bring left knee, middle of your hands, lengthen that left leg back. Square those hips. Bring that left knee to left elbow, bring it back up. Left knee to left wrist. Bring it all the way down, slide back. the right. So from here, if you want to come down and then lengthen up and roll up and find some length and extension, you can. I inhale here, I exhale, keep ribs in and up and press through my fingertips and find length and extension all the way down that leg. And then when I'm ready, I'm going to lower it all the way down to my mat. Trying to come off the shoulders. If you need to use a block, you can use a block. And just try to breathe in and out through your nose. On my next exhale, I'm going to rise up. I'm going to bring fingertips to my left and my inside. This one's optional. I'm going to lift all at the same time, including that back leg. And then I'm going to bring this hand back wherever I can get it. If I can come here, I'm going to find length back. This is just practice, you guys. Took me a while to get here. Still working on going up above my head to grab my toes. But it's practice. I have it's like a really deep couch stretch. Then I'm going to release my hands. I'm going to curl my toes. I'm going to come back to down dog. I'm going to bend my knees. I'm going to step, hop, jump, float, shakti kick, whatever feels good. Fingertips to shins, lengthen up. Exhale and fold. How are those legs feeling? Bend your knees, ground into the floor, roll all the way to standing, gentle little squeeze, go where you want to go. Ooh, we didn't get to that last balance pose, but that's okay. Or no, it wasn't balance pose, it was one more stretch. All right, so I'm gonna put my sweatshirt back on. Now I'm a little chilly. So I want you to find a space on your mat, whether that is laying down or whether that is in child's pose. Whatever feels best to you, right? That could be, I'm totally right here. And I just want you to close down your eyes. Notice your breath. Start at your toes and just think about wiggling and relaxing your toes and just letting them go, and then move to your ankles. And just slowly start to relax all the way up your legs. Settle that breath into your belly. Enjoy the sounds of nature, quiet. Letting go anything that isn't serving you. If you're still holding on to anything that isn't making you feel 100%, just allow your mind to release, allow your body to release, and just know that you will be okay if you let some of those things go. You will feel lighter. So let go of the things that you cannot control. Let go of the worry, let go of the stress. And just let your body completely reset. Notice the rise and fall of your breath. Let your shoulders come down from your ears. let your face and your body just really relax and release. And slowly start to wiggle your fingers, your toes. And with your eyes closed, you're just going to simply turn to your right or your left. You're going to curl up in the fetal position. Take a moment to just simply breathe. Then using the arm you're not using as a pillow, you're going to use it to push yourself all the way back up to a seated position. So I'm so glad you joined me for yoga this morning. I hope that you feel amazing. Goal is to always feel better, whether it's physically, mentally, or both. Feel better from the beginning of class to the time that you finish, that you just feel so much more relaxed, calm, and your body feels just amazing. So that's always the goal of class. So I'm glad I could bring it outside to you guys today. It's such a beautiful day, and I will continue to keep doing that. So bring your hands to heart center. And as I end every class, the light and teacher in me honors the light and teacher in each and every one of you. So namaste, you guys. I miss you all so much. Drop in the comments, tell me how you feel. And other than that, I'll see you guys on Thursday. If it's nice enough, I'll do it outside. Have a great day, guys.